Everybody in your camp doesn't want you to win. Everybody you're surrounded by isn't your true friend. I'm going to really tell you what's really good. These are the people that you need to keep around you. And I'm going to say something uncomfortable right out of the gate. Not everybody in your life wants you to win, and not everyone who claps for you means it. Some people smile in your face while quietly hoping you stay stuck. Some people cheer you on only when success doesn't threaten their own comfort. Your future isn't shaped by just what you believe. It's shaped by who you allow access to you. Who do you allow access to your energy? That's what you have to focus on, your plans and your growth, because these people can manipulate it for the better and they can also manipulate it for the worse. One of the truths that most people learn too late is that people reveal who they are not by what they say, but by how they react to what you're dealing with. That's what oftentimes will identify who's down for you. Their reaction to what you're going through or dealing with. How do they come across? Do they sound supportive? Do they sound negative? Do they sound indifferent? Do they make you believe that you can't achieve your goals? This is the first type of person you got to keep your eyes on whenever you're dealing with wanting to move towards success or another level in your life. Happy people encourage. Happy people don't compete with you. They don't minimize your wins. They don't suddenly just go quiet when something good happens for you. Why? Because happiness isn't loud. It's stable. Happiness that people have for you whenever you're trying to achieve something, they're often very consistent in terms of their happiness for you. It rarely wanes in terms of what they expect you to accomplish or what they think that you are able to accomplish. People who are genuinely happy and content with their lives don't feel threatened by your progress. You got to get around people that aren't threatened by your success. No matter how small you think your success is, somebody could be potentially threatened by it. They encourage you to grow, not because they encourage you because your growth doesn't take away anything from them. If someone can't celebrate your small wins, then they never were going to celebrate your big wins. If they're not giving you big ups or saying what's up or congratulations or this is amazing, if they're not saying it about your small wins, don't expect them to be there for your big wins. And I want you to pay attention to this. When you tell someone some good news, and do they ask these questions? Do they wind up asking questions? Do they lean in? Do they sound genuinely excited? Or do they immediately change the subject, make it about themselves, add a passive comment like, must be nice? You've heard that phrase before. You've heard that before where people will say, must be nice. Ultimately, it's kind of like a little bit of shade they're throwing your way, throwing you a little bit of shade that way. The response that you tell everybody is encouragement isn't a byproduct of inner peace. It's resentment is a symptom of dissatisfaction. 2, this is the second type of person that you want to attract. Attractive people compliment. And I'm not talking about physically attractive. I'm talking about people with their own beautiful spirit. People who are secure and don't need your praise in order to feel secure in who they are. People who are secure, they don't see compliments as currency. They also don't fear lifting others up. Whenever you get a genuine compliment from somebody, you'll know because you'll get those little bit of goosebumps that'll kind of let you know if someone's being genuine. Insecure people ration validation because they think there's not enough to go around. But confident people understand something insecure people don't. Complimenting others doesn't diminish you, it reveals you. When someone genuinely compliments you, it's usually because they know who you are, they know that you're not chasing approval, and they don't feel like they need your compromise. And they don't feel like they need to compete. If someone never gives you credit for anything they ever affirm, never uplifts you, that's not strength, that's fear dressed as confidence. Attractive energy is generous. Bitter energy is stingy. 3, successful people here. 3, successful people support. Here's another truth. Most people who are actually successful don't gatekeep. They share knowledge, they mentor, they point you in the right direction. Why? Because they understand abundance is plentiful. We're not going to run out. You can be successful. I can be successful. They can be successful. It's not going to impact my level of success because this world is that big. Because they're not afraid of being replaced. That's why successful people compliment you. People who are still fighting for survival see everyone as competition. People who've built something solid understand collaboration. If someone constantly discourages you from trying, growing, or stepping outside of your lane, ask yourself why. Is it a concern or is it a projection? Support doesn't always look like agreement. It doesn't always look like agreement, but sometimes support looks like honesty, guidance, and tough love. But it never looks like sabotage disguised as being realistic. And these are the last person. This is the last person you want to kind of stay away from that can misguide you in your process. 4, people with nothing to lose will make you lose everything. People with nothing to lose will make you lose everything. This is the part that most people don't like to talk about. People who feel empty inside are dangerous, not because they're evil, but because misery seeks company. Someone with no purpose, no direction, and no self-worth will often pull others down unconsciously. They don't wake up planning to sabotage you, but chaos follows, and that is because chaos lives inside of them. They'll normalize self-destruction, mock discipline, downplay ambition, and they'll also make jokes about your goals, encourage bad decisions just for fun. And if you're not careful, you'll call it loyalty because they're always there. They're always giving you some type of feedback. You're not sure of who you are, so you may gravitate or listen to the noise that they're trying to add into your life. You don't owe access to people who drain you. You don't owe proximity to people who resent your potential. Sometimes the real feeling isn't because you're stuck because you lack ability. It's because you're surrounded by people who benefit from you staying small. Keep that in mind. Some of the people that you may have around you in your immediate circle may like you because you're playing small. It makes them feel safe, and it makes them okay with them not pursuing their dreams and goals. Here's a real question, not who's around you, but why. Who encourages you when no one's watching, who celebrates you without comparison, who supports you without conditions, and also who quietly hopes you fail so that way they can feel better about themselves. Your circle will either sharpen you or slowly erode you. Choose wisely, because not everyone deserves front row seats to who you're becoming. Stay with the Veracious Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Peace.